Okay. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know what was going on there. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, thank you, Woodikins. Okay, so. Is it this one? It's that one. Okay, I don't know what was going on there, but we got that figured out.
Freeze.
Now that we have. Okay, so what we've been doing, diffusing these bombs here. Usually there's this guy. Let's take care of this guy. How are y'all doing today? Everything looks good, feels good, sounds good. I feel like the desktop audio. Can you guys hear the game all right? Because it looks like it's super low for me. Now that I'm looking at it. All G. Okay, good. Yeah, it's been looking like I'm getting weekends off from work. So, I like to do this thing here. I'm probably going to make it a regular thing that on the weekends I'm going to wake up and start streaming. Because it's fun. I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I like this part as it's like an interesting little diversion from the game, I guess. It just to get you to explore the big shell a little bit. Oh.
Jack, do you remember the day we met?
I'm kind of busy right now, Rose.
You're right, sorry.
I do remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler Building, and then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler Building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all
Was the
about
Chrysler Building in
tourists. I
Godzilla?
was insisting that I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew, the Japanese women had gone away, and we ended up going to the skyscraper
All the Godzilla
museum
movies
to
I've
see who had the
seen
better
take place in
recall.
We
Japan.
argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
So you'd say Chrysler was
So
Godzilla?
beautiful.
But
You looked down on the Chrysler Building from 120 stories above
what I'm
ground.
saying is
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't
like, what
care
Godzilla
anymore
movie are they
what was
talking
right.
about? All the Godzilla movies I've seen were in
I
Japan.
watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't
The
sleep
newer
till
US
morning.
Godzilla was pretty good. I've never seen
For
that one.
that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know.
I haven't
I'm
seen like a
sorry,
ton
Jack.
of
I'm
them.
taking up your
They're
time
talking about
again.
the US one from
What?
2000.
Take care.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Oh. I'm not super, I'm not like a super Godzilla guy, but I do enjoy those movies. They're really cool. There's almost this like so there's a bomb in Strut B. I revealed it during the last stream, but we're gonna ignore it for now. There's such this weird like charm of craft to them. Is there a guy here? No, okay, whatever then. Like, let's try to make this big, crazy movie with like almost no money. And like the parts where you can like see the strings on You can see the strings on Godzilla's back as he flies through the air and stuff like that. I find it really charming.
Right in here. I took care of the
Just a little crew of people trying to make something cool.
The ceiling of the women's bathroom was set to blow.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you
But
read
it
me,
didn't
Pete?
have the silly
I'm here.
costumes.
What's up?
Oh man.
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut H for you, Pete.
Wait,
Hi, Yummy.
what's this about?
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing Fat Man, I can't shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
So did you find anything?
But
A hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the strut. Pete called it right.
I knew he had
Yeah.
the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
how are you today? I'm doing good, all right.
Yes. The ionization sensor
I'm
can't
definitely
detect
enjoying
them.
being
The
able
whole
to wake
thing is
up.
sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of
Wake
the
up when I do.
signature. Pete, looks like you
Like just
fooled
on my own.
Yes.
It's really nice.
But you managed to
As you,
find
as
the
you can
thing
see, I
anyway?
bought new shampoo,
was sheer
new bottle of
luck.
shampoo. I didn't mean to
Bombs that are
feature that in my
invisible to
shot,
the
but
sensor?
Any
it's
ideas, Pete?
Are there
pretty
more out
heavily
there?
featured there.
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
How are you,
He's
Yummy?
right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something
Paid
not right
promotion.
about this one.
No,
I
it's
can
not a
feel it.
paid promotion.
Well, Pete,
I wish
should
it
I
was a
come
paid
back and get
promotion.
you?
That'd be
No,
cool.
There's no need. Right
Someone
now,
get
you have one left
in contact with.
Right. Except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay.
Procter and Gamble.
It'll
Tell
have
them
to
to
be
pay
me.
RJC
I have
to
the level
promote
4
Head and
card that will
Shoulders
get me into
shampoo.
shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it.
Until
that
then-
bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for
Out of the
sure.
shot.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine.
Running errands in a bit.
I can even
What
run.
errands do you have to run?
What do you mean?
That bomb 5 years ago, I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby too. These past 5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness. I faked being a victim myself because I
Job
couldn't
hunting
bear
and going
facing
to the
families
bank.
of the real victims.
That's a good
This
idea.
is no prosthetic. I can keep my
Well, I mean, like, how easy is it to replace your current job? Like, what?
So well, I haven't even answered to myself
What's
for
your
my
pay
sins.
grade?
It was supposed to be a shield.
Can you get that kind of thing anywhere?
I've killed myself
Doing
by
whatever?
playing the victim. Instead of protecting
Or is it
me,
like kind of
it's
a
made my
harder
life
thing to
even more
replace?
What good can that do the victims?
hellish. I know. I'm a coward.
Hey, Pete.
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop Fat Man. His crimes are also mine. One of omission and arrogance. No one should teach the skills I taught him without a clear conscience. This is the only way I can diffuse my own sins.
I get you, Pete. That one's all yours.
In
Got
your
it
field,
right.
it's hard to find a
I
job, but I'm
understand.
pretty sure a grocery store
Pete,
could potentially
I've taken
pay
care
you
of
more.
guards in struts G and H
I mean-
Shell 2. I wouldn't recommend you go into any of the other struts.
I owe you one.
Do that
I'll
then.
get back to freezing the baby bombs then.
You do that too, right?
Put all your
I'm on it.
I'll have the radio with me if you need
passion
to
for
touch.
graphic design
Just don't
into
ask Peg Leg
our
Peter.
work.
He's gone for good.
Because I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for the tarantula lemurs. Oh. You're gonna try? That's good. Are you like full time or part time? It's a cool little trick because there's no peripheral vision on these enemies. Oh, I'm gonna definitely knock these guys out. Just so I can mess with this. You missed the notification? Did you miss it, or you're not, or did you not get it?
Freeze!
But either way, welcome, Gecko. Full-time looking for part-time. Oh, okay. That's good, because if you didn't get it, that means other people didn't get it. That's bad news for us. But you get these watermelons in here. You just blow them right up with your gun. How's it going, Gecko? Do you know what I just realized? I was about to say it'd be crazy once this technology exists, the cipher cameras, and I realized like they completely do. In fact, Gecko and I have one. That's where you are in the game, this bridge. You're in this section. I'm about to hit new territory for you, actually, Gecko.
Freeze!
You're in the section where bomb disposal is happening. Right? Or did you ever get farther than that?
I have the last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
Good work, Raiden.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the
You
bottom
saved
of
on the
strut.
bridge after a
Why
battle.
are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished,
No.
Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very different story. The big shell's structural integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both shells lose a strut each, the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
Do you mean the
sensor that can
when
locate
Fortune
those
killed all
separate
those soldiers?
C4s? It makes combined use of
All those,
the neutron scintillator and the
Marines?
hydrogen bomb detector.
Or Navy SEALs, I mean?
It's the thing you acquired from the safe in Strut C a little while back.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Okay, so the reason we did that bomb last is because there's like kind of a weird sequence where Stillman leaves the pantry but comes in.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to
But
last
leaves
strut. There are a few enemy sentries I have to
the
take care
bomb
of.
detector we have to use.
Bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated,
What?
but the sensors are live,
But
which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Okay.
Is that
see,
it?
you pick up that
About to
detector,
freeze it.
and then
Then
the plot
wait.
with this bomb starts where.
Damn! That was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when
This
all
happens.
the baby C4s went offline.
And
Right.
then
The one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
you can be like right next to
400 seconds.
the
400 seconds?
strut A, which is where you have to
right.
go to get the bomb.
Move! Get to the bottom of Strut A now!
And what makes it kind of silly too is the dramatic music doesn't play on the bridges. So there's a super dramatic score that's supposed to be playing. Hey, Total Doof. There's a super dramatic score that's supposed to be playing, but we're on the bridge, so it doesn't play. Total Doof, are you kind of a, I'm assuming you're a veteran of the series. We're in the bomb disposal part. Which bomb is your favorite to dispose of?
Raiden, Bliskin, listen carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
Fat man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Right. Keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
The one on the box in the delivery room. I like that one too because it's
Do it. I know you can.
that's the hardest to actually do, I think. I also like Strut D because assuming you don't go the other way around, go through Strut F first, get the M9. You that's a hard room to sneak through at the start of the game. I in fact failed when I was doing it this time. So the whole layout of this area was totally different. That's interesting. I wonder what'll happen. Oh, I'm supposed to have sensor B. It's always on this submarine. In fact, I could have looked at it when I started the game down here. I could have looked at that bomb, but I decided not to.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next objective?
Rescue the president. Get back to the upper level.
Roger that.
Oh, internet went down for a minute. Did the bomb explode? Stillman's bomb exploded, but mine did not.
The terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
We're safe. We're safe.
What?
Everybody, don't worry.
A
The threat of the
hostage
bomb
was
is over
killed.
for now.
Shot in the head. They shot one of them on the roof, just to make sure we caught it. One of our satellites caught it clear as day.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the president.
What about the other hostages?
President Johnson is your first priority.
Priority my butt. They're all in danger.
Jeff, be reasonable. I know what you're feeling, but you can't save them all.
No, not by myself.
Are you expecting that Pliskin to come through?
Well,
Looks like he's turned his radio off too.
I can't complete this mission by myself.
That man was not included in the simulation. He is not a factor in this mission.
What do you mean by that, Colonel?
Your mission must remain a solo effort.
What about the SEALs? No second attempt?
They haven't even gotten to planning that. All we can do is wait. In the meantime, you're our only hope.
I understand.
Raiden, go and rescue the president. You can start off by getting to the upper level of Strut A.
So this is a really interesting conversation for reasons we can't get into yet, but everyone keep it in mind. I will definitely be talking about it when the time comes. Now this is, I think, one of the more interesting boss fights in the game. Possibly in the series, too.
Show yourself and finish me, like you finished off my father. Otherwise, you'll be the one to die.
Oh, crap.
That's not him. This could be interesting. You've seen the fires of hell, haven't you? Maybe you can give me death. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else. And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
So, Fortune has absolutely puny life bar. A ridiculously high-powered gun. And you just go, oh, bullets just go straight around her. Take one of our stun grenades. I think that went like 4 feet. Anyway, they don't go off when they're around her. There's really no way to put in offense. So you just have to kind of not get hit. I guess I don't need anything right now. Just rations. It's fine. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Watch out for these oils because they make fire. Fire drains your health pretty good. Alright, so this side is no longer safe. Alright, someone's coming back down the elevator. Who could that possibly be? Starts going so crazy that part of the roof caves in.
Right. Fat Man just contacted us directly.
Fat Man called us?
Yes. Looks like he placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you, right?
What?
He's killed off Peter. Now he's after you.
Why me?
How should I know?
Look, this is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, right?
Great. How much time do I have left?
I'll show you the count. 400 seconds remaining.
So he's planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda from that of Dead Cell.
What about backup?
None. There's no time.
Which type of explosives is it?
He didn't say.
And that's it. That's the Fortune fight. You simply have to last long enough for both of you to get distracted. Because here's Vamp.
I'll take over, Queen.
What is it?
It seems our friend Fat Man is out of control.
He'll actually try to destroy this place?
Yes, this could unravel everything we've planned.
But why would he do such a thing?
Who knows? But he's nothing more than a stereotypical mad bomber now. He's completely lost sight of our ideals. And with it, his loyalty to Commander Jackson.
All right. I'll take care of the wayward soul. It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one. Really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later. Then.
Now!
Arrgh.
Damn.
Wasted.
Vamp,
So sometimes
are you gone?
I specifically equipped my M9 for this scene
No.
during the
No,
gameplay, because
that
sometimes I'll have his
doesn't
M9
make me.
and that just makes the scene makes no
Why
sense.
am I the only
But-
one that can't die?
The game course corrected itself and
Alone again?
right as the SOCOM.
Cheated out of death again? How long will you force me to live? How much longer, Dad? You've punished me enough. I thought you could give me peace. But you couldn't kill me either.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already. I can't die twice.
Whoa. So part of the reason Fortune is so crazy about getting killed is because everyone in her life like died in some crazy and whoa. Oh, that was scary.
Freeze!
Anyway, we gotta go to Strat E. What? Oh, that was a nice touch. I don't know if anybody saw that, but he shot this computer and it kind of went fritzy. That was crazy. So everyone in her life died crazy. Her father was Commander Scott Dolph from the Tanker chapter, the guy who was giving the speech. He died. He got killed by Snake, apparently. Her husband was court-martialed for a crime he didn't commit, and
Nothing here.
Freeze!
Who's there? Who's that? Enemies.
So it buys you some time. Husband was court-martialed for a crime he didn't commit and died in jail. And while that happened, the baby she was carrying with him either miscarried or was stillborn. I don't remember which. But, like, basically, like, every person she knew died. And then she's just like, well, that's miserable. Why can't I die, too? And now, she's in, like, battlefield scenarios and, like, bullets don't go near her. Even when they're, like, explicitly, they just go, like, whew. This is kind of a sad story of Fortune's. I like her story a lot. And here we are with the man himself, the fat man himself. Fat man.
You're right on time, I see. I like a punctual man.
Is he Dead Cell?
I am Fat Man. I am the greatest that humanity has to offer, and the most. Can you hear it? Hear this rhythm? It's the rhythm of time and life. Don't you try this sound? I used to hang around department store clock counters. Life is short. Bombs tell the time with every moment of their existence, and nothing else announces its own end with such a fanfare. Glad you could make it. The party's about to start. Yum. Good year. Let's drink the Stillman, shall we?
If you destroy the big shell, you'll never collect your ransom.
Ransom? What are you talking about?
$30 billion in cash.
So that's what's going on, huh?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you'll know soon enough. And I could care less what they plan to do. My ambitions are much more simple. To be the most famous bomber of them all.
You're nuts! No one's gonna give a damn about you.
Oh, yes, they will. I'll go down in history as the man who beat Peter Stillman. That's the only reason I assisted them.
Like hell you beat Stillman. He had your number.
What did you say?
You have nothing of his courage. Or... What are you laughing at?
That croc died a dishonorable death 6 months ago.
6 months ago. The liquidation of Dead Cell.
Call it what you want. Only the right stuff survived that hell. Set me free, you know. Open the way to a new dimension. So that I can become the emperor among detonation devotees.
You're nothing but a common criminal, and that's the only way people will ever remember you.
How dare you! I'm an artist! That is why I dislike boorish military types. It's time to start the party. This is how it works. I plant a bomb, and it'll explode soon after that. If you prefer to stay in one piece, you'll have to disable my bombs. Laugh and grow fat. Let's move!
I love how they use a window smash noise when a small wine glass breaks. I like this fight a lot. I like Fat Man a lot because he's like the only perfect scene. Exactly. He's like legitimately insane, and I love it. Like this and the scene after the fight when, spoilers, Fat Man dies, are really strong. Like, So, the basics of this fight is exactly what he said. He's gonna skate around planting bombs, and you, the player, has to shut them down before they go off while causing damage to Fat Man. Depending on the difficulty level, this is a huge pain, or it's not that bad. For me, this is actually my hard stop on extreme. Like even yeah, it's just where the game ends for me. I love all the darts sticking out of his head. A little trampoline noise when he bumps into you. So I had a pretty easy time with him this time, but that's my hard stop on extreme difficulty is the Fat Man fight. I cannot do it.
My suit. Oh no. I've nothing to wear to the party.
The party's over for you.
That's what you think.
What do you mean? What did you just do? What is this?
I have beautiful hands. These delicate hands can craft works of art.
Answer me, what the hell is this?
It's the switch for the biggest bomb in the entire place.
Huh?
No use. Once it's activated, there's no stopping the count.
Where did you plant it? Where is it?
Somewhere in this area. Don't worry, it's very close by.
Where is it?
Go ahead, shoot me. I'm already dead.
Damn!
Think you can find it? When it goes off, it'll take the big show with it.
Tell me where I can find the bomb!
That's your problem. This is the highlight of the party. Bring it on, I say. They'll be happy too. I die here and start my legend. Too bad you won't be around to see the movies. Laugh and grow fat.
So, when he says it's close by, he means it's right here. He's got Peter Stillman's dog tag, that sicko. Yeah, I love Fat Man for being, like, legitimately insane.
Good work, Raiden. Looks like all the bombs are neutralized. One of their main leverages is now gone.
Like, even...
That leaves...
He's like, you'll never get that money. And he's just like, what? I don't care.
Intentionally kept in the dark, I'd say.
I just want to blow up
He seemed
the
to be
big
coming
thing.
from a very different place from the other terrorists. Raiden, a lot of hostages, our president included, are still in danger. Keep your mind focused on protecting them.
What are my orders?
Big boys like
Rescue
big
the
booms.
president.
That's
We
not
have
true.
no
I'm a
idea
big
where
boy,
he is.
and
You haven't been in
I
the
don't like
central core yet.
explosions,
I
but
suggest you start there.
Wait, I have another call. Want me to take it?
No, I'll go offline. Best to keep our presence unknown.
How you doing, kid?
Pliskin, is everything all right?
Could be better. Looks like I was out cold for a while.
How did you manage to stay alive?
Had a little help from a friend.
Friend?
What about the bomb?
Diffused. And Fat Man, too.
That's good news.
How's Shell, too?
It's a mess. The bomb crippled H-Strut.
What about the toxins?
The what?
If the big shell blows up, the explosion is expected to produce massive amounts of toxins.
Never heard anything about that.
Huh?
Well, looks like there's not much danger of that in any case. But the central core is starting to flood. It won't last much longer.
Well, what about the president and the other hostages?
They weren't in Shell 2. They must be in Shell 1.
We need to get the hostages out of here now.
It's too far from Manhattan for a swim.
What about the lifeboats?
There doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't make sense.
So a chopper is our only extraction?
Right. And it comes with a passenger limit. Intel has it that there are about 30 hostages.
It'd take more than a single trip.
We'll have to come back.
Can you pilot a chopper?
No, but I brought a gearhead with me. He's a good guy. I'll introduce you later.
Pliskin, I'm on the heliport right now, but I don't see their Harrier. It's out somewhere.
We better move now, then. Our chances with a Harrier after us are close to nothing.
Do you know where the president is?
No, that one's all yours.
The president is at the top of our rescue list. These are our orders, Lieutenant JG.
Your orders, not mine.
What?
See you later.
Alright, so there's still something fishy about Pliskin. As we go in, as we cartwheel into this next scene.
You passed with flying colors.
Identify yourself.
I'm like you. I have no name.
Are you Mr. X?
If you like. But come, let's get out of the open. Follow me.
Man, it'd be crazy to start finding a cyborg ninja everywhere.
Neither enemy nor friend. Just a messenger from the Lali Lulelo. This is safer, I think.
Safe from what?
Eavesdropping, of course.
All right. Why did you contact me?
I've been ordered to give you backup, including the relaying of necessary intel.
Ordered by whom? Why won't you identify yourself?
There is no need for you to know.
I'll decide whether I need to know.
You are not yet trusted to make such decisions. I'll tell you something you do need to know instead. The current location of the president.
What?
Or rather, the person who knows the current location of the president.
Who is it?
A Secret Service agent named Ames, currently being held with other hostages.
Secret Service, huh?
The head of the president's security detail, Ames, has been fitted with the same type of VIP nanomachine system as the president. If you're within range, you should be able to communicate.
Why are you telling me this?
Do I need to repeat myself?
There's no reason for me to believe any of this. You understand that?
Of course, but you also have no choice but to believe. Do you have any other leads?
Where are those hostages?
I really like the design of this cyborg ninja.
The hostages are being
And it's
held
too
in
bad
the
that, like,
conference hall in the Shell 1 core.
I mean, everyone loves Gray Fox. I love Gray
What does he
Fox,
look
but
We don't know if it is indeed a he. I've never met this person either.
How am I
it's too
supposed
bad
to
that
look for
this
someone without
version,
even a
this design
description?
never gets any
Yes,
love.
years.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ames has a pacemaker. You'll be able to hear the machine sound in the heartbeat.
You expect me to walk up to these hostages and listen to every one of their heartbeats?
The sound is too minute to detect and amplify it. You'd be captured immediately.
So what am I supposed to do?
Use the directional microphone. There's one somewhere in the core. Take this. The security card will unlock all level 2 security doors, including the one into the core. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electronic field. And watch yourself. The core is more heavily guarded than any other section of the big shell. You'll get nowhere just like that. Try this instead.
One of the terrorists?
The surveillance camera won't let you on the elevator without the right uniform.
You want me to disguise myself?
Men assigned to the Corps and those on perimeter duty are given different colors to wear. Your new outfit will work in some areas, not others. The uniform alone won't fool them either.
You're talking about weapons.
Right, you need an AK.
But I saw them carrying an AN-94.
All men assigned to the Corps section carry AKs.
So without an AK-74U, someone will see through me really quick.
You could take care of the weapon issue yourself. One other thing.
There's more?
You'll also have to pass a retinal scan to get into the conference hall.
Biometrics.
Biometrics. Crap.
Nothing but the real thing will suffice. Deception is not an option here.
We have a fingerprint scanner at work that we have to use all the time, and I always think that whenever I have to use it, it's
A nuke.
biometrics.
They have a nuclear weapon with them?
You didn't find their continuing presence here unusual? Even with the president as hostage, this is an island, and they have no visible means of escape.
Even if they do have a nuke, the warhead is no good without an access code. The security lockout can't be bypassed.
They don't need to. They have the code. You saw it too, I believe. The Navy man would have a handcuff. The other half of it is on the football, or the black case if you like. The nuclear button. And now they have it.
Why did they have to bring the football along? To a decontamination plant of all places.
But they did have to. Because, after all, the big shell is the farthest thing from a cleanup plant there is.
What?
Dead Cell didn't have to bring a nuke along with them. It was right here to begin with. Nothing in this affair is what it seems.
A cover-up? But why? For what?
For Metal Gear that is housed here.
Metal Gear?
The very same. Bipedal nuke capable vehicle Shadow Moses infamy. This place is the R&D center for its newest incarnation.
What the hell is going on?
Better ask Ames the rest.
What's this for?
You might be glad you have it. Keep the controller's vibration function on.
What do I need a cell phone for?
Man, sweet phone, dude. Yeah, it's nice 2001 era. 2001, circa 2001.
Who was that man just now?
He's not one of ours. No. We have no one like that in our unit.
He said that the big shell was housing a new model of Metal Gear.
First I've heard of it.
Colonel, what are you not telling me?
I've been completely open with you, Raiden. I've told you everything.
Is that everything you know? Or everything I need to know?
Snap out of it, Raiden. I'll have the Metal Gear rumor looked into. You need to make contact with this Ames.
So you believe that, Ninja?
Since we have no leads on the President's current location, we have no other alternatives. Right now, collect as much data as you can, including anything on Metal Gear.
Are those my orders?
Yes, they are. Disguise yourself as an enemy soldier and infiltrate the Shell 1 core.
Understood.
Neat. So yeah, we're gonna go to Shell 1. It's gonna be cool. We got this sweet uniform. One of the terrorists from the tanker chapter. It's real cool. I think these are... No. Okay. For some reason I thought they were replaced, but they were not, luckily. So our goal here is we gotta find ourselves an AK-74U, which is right there. Okay, like I know.
Looks like you've got an AK. If you wear an enemy's field outfit and carry an AK, you can pass for one of them. Listen up, kid, and don't forget this. Only the guards in Shell 1's core are armed with AK rifles. The others are armed with the AN-94, the official rifle of the Russian army. If you hope to disguise yourself as the enemy, you don't want to be carrying an AK outside of Shell 1's core.
Nice little reminder from Pliskin that this only works in the core. Oh, I was hoping to hit the radio.
What's going on? Respond. Communications with Strut F have ceased. Carry out.
It's the Onion. I need help.
Okay, so things are clearly breaking down. In Strut F, we're gonna cut out. And I'm not quite done with Strut F, so we gotta run back in. But that was not the way things are supposed to go. Notice that sleeping guy on the thing. Oh, shoot. That went way smoother last time.
Enemy sighted.
What's going on? Respond.
So here's a little trick, is if you leave a guard that's been knocked out, they can somehow like tell.
Why are you late with your status report?
They can somehow tell they've just been knocked out rather than just put to sleep. So what you do is put them to sleep, and then their reaction is either changes. It changes from, why can't I talk today? The reaction to finding them asleep is like, oh, they just fell asleep, this lazy jerk. Versus, if they can tell they're knocked out, they go into alert mode because they're like, oh, some guy came in here and beat this dude up. I can't tell the difference personally, but these guys can. Punk. So now we go to the Shell 1 core. This bridge is super unstable. That would be so scary. That's like the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Got a minute, Jack?
Rose?
I found some information on where Solid Snake is interred.
Great. Shoot.
I've located the grave site.
And the body?
Exhumed for DNA testing.
Well, do you have the results?
The right arm was missing, but there was no doubt that it was him. That body belongs to Solid Snake.
So the head of the terrorist group must be...
An imposter.
Right.
You sound disappointed.
I guess I was kind of hoping to meet the legend in the flesh.
I get you. But it looks like he's not behind this incident.
Raiden, the president needs you, I think. Disguise
I think he
yourself as
does.
enemy
I don't know.
personnel and infiltrate the
Maybe he's
core
fine with
section.
where he is.
Your priority is to contact Agent Ames.
So, in here, we are disguised as an enemy soldier. So these guys look at you and they think like, oh, there's that dude. No big deal. Gotta get us the map. And explore a little bit. We can pick up some ammo from these lockers. Now, when it comes to this area, you can't act with impunity, but you can get away with a whole lot of stuff. Which we'll get into. Oh, we found the SOCOM suppressor, which you could find way earlier. It's just that's easier. So here you go.
Huh?
Can you even hear? No, we can't.
You, over there. What are you...
Oh, yeah, see? You can't act with total impunity, but...
Who's that? Oh, enemy sight. Requesting backup.
You definitely can't be punching people in front of other people. This is an issue we're going to have to resolve very quickly, so...
Freeze. Huh?
Taken care of. Ooh. So the uniform is an item, so if you bump into a guy, it falls off somehow. But that's scary. This is the BC connecting bridge. You'll remember that the bridge to this section was destroyed by Fortune, and oh, were those guys waking up? Can't get him through the door. Darn it. Oh, here's a potentially fun one.
Huh? Huh? Hey. Huh?
You, over there. What are you doing?
Oh man, I'm trying to get him into the locker area because it's fun to. Oh, there's other opportunities. Whatever. So these guards are pretty strict. You're not allowed to cartwheel or punch people. Ames is in B1. We're going to go to B2 first. Because we're not totally ready to contact him yet. Now, this is a weird spot. It's very tricky. There are a lot of corners, weird camera cuts. And nice police Knox poster in the background there. We'll take a look at that in a second. So that guy is like, this is really boring. And he And he's just like, man, I need more stimulation in my life. I don't get the exercise I need to wake up for the day. So he just starts, just go. Vamped for you long enough. Okay, never mind. There's the directional microphone we need. There's this bird. Okay, there he goes. So he just starts running. Here's the police nods poster. It's really cool. I wonder if you can get one of these. Like just posters. It's a big old stack of books up there. It's all hidden. So now we can get to the thing I was trying to show you guys that I think is silly. So here's a noise and oh. Okay. Oh, James back to running. Like I said, that's scary because if he runs into you, your uniform falls off and then you get an alert. Alright, so we're gonna watch this guy go into the thing. Scans his eyeballs.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
We gotta figure that out. And unfortunately, there's not much in the way of fun things to do in here. There's these magazines. That's neat. So, what you do... Freeze. Grab him like that, drag him over. Hold him up to the thing, and then he's just like on the ground.
You are cleared to enter.
I think there are few things as cool as we've stolen an enemy uniform. We gotta sneak in. I love that.
Raiden, one of those hostages in there is Ames. The only thing we know is that Ames wears a pacemaker. His heartbeat should sound different from other people's, so use the directional microphone to locate him. Once you recognize Ames by his heartbeat, keep the microphone pointed toward him. Then push the action button and call out to him. If it really is Ames, he should respond in some way.
What if it's the wrong person?
The guards may get suspicious and come running instead. Security could get tighter, too.
Try to be sure before you take the risk.
Don't call out to a hostage with the action button until you're fairly sure that it's Ames. If you do make a mistake, switch the microphone for an AK and get out of there before a guard gets suspicious. If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the reinforcements. You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered. Don your disguise and look for Ames while deflecting the enemy's suspicion.
So, like they were alluding to, there's absolutely, like, you are not absolute, like, you cannot cause any trouble while you're down here. There's a guy constantly radioing in. If you mess with him, they'll be like, why are you not radioing in? And that's not good. So here's a lavatory. And you're not even allowed in here. It's a little control area. So I know who Ames is. He's almost always on your first playthrough right here. And that's him. But there's some other things. Let's see.
Reporting no
No
problems
one's
in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
I think it's this guy. I don't know. There's not really fun things to do. You can look up this girl's skirt and like people get mad at your seat, like commanding team will get mad at you. I don't feel like doing that. We can talk to her though, I think.
You're Ames, aren't you?
My name's Jennifer.
So that's not Ames. She's like specifically named for some reason. That sounds like a pacemaker to me.
You're Ames, aren't you?
It seems supremely unfair that some people don't have tape over their mouths.
You must be Ames.
Like, why does Jennifer get to not have tape on her
Keep
mouth?
still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see.
I love how insane that sounds.
I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was set in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
Oh.
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety. Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor. The core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages?
Hmm?
A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
So Ames doesn't know anything about that dead hostage.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right, and the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will. As a failsafe, the input must also be reconfirmed hourly, even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? The entire thing was planned. The oil spill, the tanker accident that caused it, everything. The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait.
What?
Here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
Well, you can do that pretty openly now.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
To come all the way to New York just to get hit with a bowel attack. What luck. Oh. This one's worse than that one up in Alaska.
Oh.
Come to think of it, that commander chick really reminded me of someone. Who is she like again? Oh. Well, yeah. She's like her. Now that's a time I'd like to forget. Ridiculous that I had to get jacked for everything that was on me. When I think about it, that's when everything started to hit the skids. It's a shame. Up to that point, I was steady cruising on the elite course. Oh, here we go again. Oh. Still, that Russian crew is a pretty decent bunch. The president's escort guys get on my nerves, though. Oh, whatever. For now, just gotta hang in there. Oh. Oh, there's no paper.
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background rechecked.
So that was Johnny.
You think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility, especially with that intruder still
You remember
around.
him as the guy who got his clothes stolen
The man in the sneaking suit.
and had a
know more about
big
those
ol'
suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago.
big old
So
bowel
it must
attack when he
be
was trying to guard us in the cell.
Patriots.
It's that guy 4 years
What
later.
about the damage to Shell?
Still having stomach
The
problems.
circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Any effect on it?
No.
What about the
Ooh,
president?
Ocelot was looking right
Password
at us for a
entry has
second.
already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Outer heaven. If only less people were obsessed with this idea of outer heaven, there would be a lot less issues. Hey, here's
Who is
Olga.
that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.
What about you?
Looked into.
Olga, don't cast suspicion where it isn't due.
Where it isn't due, when you watched my father die and did nothing.
It's been 2 years ago, Olga. Let it go.
I read the case file for Shadow Moses, by the way.
Olga, how could you suspect me?
I know that the ninja is not one of my men.
How meaningful you make that sound. If Sergei were still alive...
If the old man were still alive, I wouldn't need to take orders from you.
Olga, Sergei was my best friend.
If you sell us out, I'll kill you myself.
Listen, daughter of Sergei. Don't ever let me see your gun pointed at me again.
If you wish, I'll put a bullet in your back instead.
this infighting. I took you both in when no one else would. You think any government would have you as irregulars in this political climate? The worst kind of wet works, maybe. But even that's doubtful. I recommend against switching camps. You've nowhere left to go.
So there's not all as well on the island of the terrorists. Oh.
It's happening again.
This damn right arm. Liquid! It's almost as if it's having its revenge.
How much do you think we spent on that arm in Lyon? The best transplant surgery team in the world.
I never trust a Frenchman. There's something going on. The incidents are becoming more frequent. Maybe that man's presence.
Ocelot, I leave this place in your hands. I have the intruder to take care of.
Yes, King.
So, lots of crazy stuff going on here.
Is that really the Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
And that's impossible. Anyway, what did you manage to catch?
They said password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the president willingly.
That's right.
So this means the president is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired of being a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us.
A puppet?
We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then.
Fire the nuke? But it's nowhere close to the ransom deadline.
Ransom?
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
Total disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer. Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts. The EMMA field can reach tens of thousands of volts per meter, and most electronic equipment will be toast in an instant.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do is liberate Manhattan. Pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
Damn! Ocelot is coming. I'm going offline. Search my pocket. Hurry! It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock doors of up to level 3 security. Use it to get to Shell 2. Take care of the president before they launch the nuke. He's coming here. Pick up your AK.
Oops. Imagine just like you have one guard with an M4 for no reason. Thanks, Ames.
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the president was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You?
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali-Lulelo.
Is that so?
What? What?
You, which team are you with? Show me your face. You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself. We meet at last.
Oh, he learned his lesson from before, at least. Just don't let the cyborg ninja cut your arm off.
Hold your fire. We need the hostages alive.
Hurry, get away.
But you died.
Leave this to me.
Man, what a crazy scene.
Colonel, Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for a nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here, and the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the president before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the president for now.
All right.
Freeze!
Alright, so our disguise is gone. The president's helping the terrorists, and they're gonna blow up the nuke. We gotta stop all that, basically. None of that sounds good.
There's somebody there.
Man, they were ready for that. Jeez. Just gotta make it through this hallway. This is the worst place to be in alert mode. We're gonna have to hang out for a minute. So how's everybody doing? Are you enjoying the stream and everything? Please let me know if there's anything I can do to change that. Whatikins gives the RJC or the RJ Cool emote. So drop that in the chat ourselves there. Good stuff. Yeah, this game is great. Absolutely love basically everything about it. Can't do emote. I can do that one. If you do the Twitch Prime subscription, you can have access to the RJ Comp RJ Cool emote. Wearing the Byakuya wig and the sunglasses. That's up to you though if you want to. I definitely recommend it. I hate gun ciphers. It's crazy that this technology actually exists. I don't like it. This thing that flies around with a gun attached to it and just kills you. Whoa. But if you don't feel like doing the Twitch Prime thing, there's a ton of other things you can do. You can look at our YouTube channels. We have a few YouTube channels. One to promote these streams, which of course is a lot of fun. And there's one for Gecko streams, one for Yummy streams. And then there's also our regular content stuff, which is the Hompendium. Which is a whole lot of fun. Make all kinds of Persona-related videos, usually Persona-related videos. We branch out a little bit. There may be even some more branching out at some point too.
Freeze!
Poor guy just got knocked out, woken up, and then knocked out again. But there's all kinds of stuff. You can join our Discord. We got our friend Nightbot. Yeah. It says to call RJC. I don't have calling set up. Maybe that'll be a cool thing for a future stay at home though. That we'll have calls come in and stuff. Because calls are always fun. Oh. Alright, so the 1-2 connecting bridge is wired to
Right. Can you hear
blow.
me? Pliskin, where have you been? Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the president's location.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the first floor.
I'm cut off from the core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR sensors in place on the connecting bridge between shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the Semtex will go off.
Yeah, I heard them talking about that.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure you don't shoot the Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
So, we're here. I'm going to equip the BDU again because I like it. But we're here. We got all these control panels, all this Semtex. You got to destroy all the control panels so that you can advance across the bridge. Depending on the difficulty level you're on, there are more or less control panels, including this tricky one. Thought I wouldn't find you. Most of these you can get with a pistol. Did I get it or not? That was dangerous to just be wantonly shooting bullets around. Now, the last, maybe two. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I do get that one. So there's one behind the Sons of Liberty flag there, and, which is a cool flag, I kind of want one. And the most dangerous of all, on top of this thing. So it's a really good thing we have this Pentasmin. If you hit the... Awesome. If you hit the actual cipher, everything will blow up. You gotta hit the control unit. But we managed to do that. Can't go 2 blocks.
Raiden, I found us a ride.
I'm all ears.
One of the enemy's Kasatkas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held on level B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. 1 dead and several wounded.
The Kasatka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasaka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasaka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Intruders! Over here!
Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses. And now this Otacon.
AKA Hal Emmerich, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal
Why is
Gear
Otacon hanging out with this
organization.
Pliskin guy?
They
That's a good
sabotaged
question.
and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the
CQC
construction of the
420.
big shell.
Snake and his partner
That's an appropriate name
aren't
for
terrorists.
this game,
Jack,
CQC.
why are you defending them?
I look back on what I've done here so far, and things like training and sense of duty alone won't get you through a sneaking mission like this.
Jack, are you okay?
You need something higher. I can't think of the right word, but it has to be pure will.
Otacon
backed
branching
up
out,
by,
gotta make the
by
big bucks
courage,
somehow.
or ideals, or
Yeah, I
something
mean,
like
maybe,
that.
you know.
I'd stake my
It's good to
life
see
on
a
it.
CQC.
The solid snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down
I
with
think
that tank
this is
2
kind of where the
years
game
ago.
starts to get
We
real
even
hot
recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body
in terms
say
of
it's
like
him.
what is actually
Jack,
going
I
on
know
around
what you're
here.
saying,
This is
but
crazy.
Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal Emmerich.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
Well, I think at this point it's still a close quarters battle, but that's fine. That's the rest of the series has CQC in it. There's Pliskin. Whoa.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here.
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake.
Okay.
No, that is not Solid Snake.
Oh. Pliskin takes umbrage with that. Biggest boss.
pleasant surprise, brother.
Save it. You'll work on mine.
Don't say you've forgotten me, Snake.
Perfect delivery.
Snake? Right, take cover.
Stop impersonating him.
Burns off his cape. Yeah. Doesn't even care.
I'm a whole different game from Liquid.
I like when Solidus brings up the brother thing. Snake's just like, no, I'm not doing that again. Solidus Snake. Man, that's a scary place to get knocked into.
That the best you can do, Snake?
I'm getting. It looks like I'm getting a lot of bleed on the microphone. Does that bother anybody? Can anybody hear it?
Did I get it?
It's the Harrier.
We're in trouble. It's the Harrier.
The world needs only one big boss. I'll drown you fools for interfering.
Oh, no escape.
Right. This is the Stinger missile launcher. Misaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to
Hey,
shoot the Harrier
Shockwave.
down.
Welcome to the stream. Thank you for subbing again. How are you doing, Shockwave? You came at the perfect time. Like just like I was saying, is like this is where the game starts to get real hot. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Use this.
He's got this fight with the Harrier jet. That's scary. I hope I never get into a fight with someone in a jet. Your ability to hit them is super weird. They got a few different attacks. You can hit the Kasatka, but you don't want to do that. Likes to fly off in the distance and then fly back with a whole bunch of bombs and stuff, but you can just avoid that entirely. Here's an interesting attack to just try to burn you with its exhaust ports. That's a real specific attack. Flying off in the distance again. Get out of the way. dropping a bomb on us.
You're tougher than I thought.
I'll let you go out in style.
I'll let you go out in style. Damn. Take this. Right, I'll take care of it. Damn.
Oh. I should change the title from Bomb Disposal Squad to something more appropriate to what's happening in the game. Many of his attacks can be...
I'll shred you to pieces.
So that Harrier is barely hanging on.
More ammo. Catch. I'll let you go out in style. Try dodging this.
I almost cartwheeled right off the bridge. That'd be really lame. Ah! It is crazy, that's right.
There's something coming up.
Whoa!
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
So with that, I have to change the title of the stream. That's Metal Gear, it's already active. Words of a man bamboozled, exactly. Love how Raiden is still in uniform. I, for some reason, like wearing the uniform for almost the rest of the game. Just cuz. I feel like it's thematically nice. Like, once we get to Arsenal is when I stop. He obviously didn't get hit by anything, otherwise he'd fall off.
They got my eye.
So here's an interesting little tidbit about what's about to happen here. Originally, there was another member of Dead Cell named Chinaman who had like a back tattoo of a dragon, and it would like come alive and it would like attack you with stuff, and he had all these like water capabilities that eventually just became Vamp's powers, which we're about to see in a little exhibition. That is so scary, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, Vamp running on water.
Hey, what's that? It's running on water.
Oh. Running up. Lots of radical stuff came down.
You all right?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Barely managed, but we're all right.
The chopper?
We need some time for repairs.
Oh.
The president's all yours.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
What?
Are you the Snake? They said you were dead.
No, not me. There are still too many things I need to do.
Snake, you're a legend, and that's why I need to ask you this.
Legend? A legend is nothing but fiction. Someone tells it, someone else remembers. Everybody passes it on.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
What about the DNA results from that body?
That was Liquid's body. He and Snake are identical on the genetic level.
Liquid?
A deception, for our own protection. We stole his frozen body from some organization. Kind of a hassle, though.
That's all there is to it.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it, 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world.
What responsibility?
To keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change. And that's what keeps me alive.
You think you can change the future?
I'm not as arrogant as that.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Snake is so inspirational.
My sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles.
Didn't know he was this cool. Snake is cool.
I'm not.
This is a military mission.
Jack, are you all right?
Just barely.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I know that, and I know I need to stay stronger.
Say a prayer for me, Rose, so I can come back.
You will make it back. I'm with you all the way, remember?
That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm going to save the data, okay, Jack?
Save. It's probably a good idea. We haven't saved since I think I started. Yep, since I started.
Colonel, Metal Gear's already gone active.
It's not too late. You can still prevent a nuclear strike by securing the president and preventing password confirmation from taking place. Get to the president. He's in the core section of Shell 2.
I'm checking the satellite images. Looks like you can get to the core from the other side of Strut L.
The core hasn't gone under yet from what we can tell. Follow the railings down, then jump onto the pipes.
The only viable strut in the outer perimeter is the L. That attack just now doesn't make any sense. It's like they have no more use for this place.
Colonel, you were monitoring the codec calls. That man was the real Snake all along.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Don't let your guard down with him.
Why do you say that?
Because they were never a part of the simulation. They're an unknown factor.
You can take your simulation and... We're out here, we bleed, we die.
Calm down.
I suggest that you do, Raiden. Even if that is Snake. That has no bearing on your mission.
Colonel, you and Snake used to be on the same side. I don't understand. I read about you and Snake in the Darkness of Shadow Moses.
I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. Do you get me?
So Colonel has a much less excited reaction to Snake being revealed. So there are two ways we can get across. One, you can cartwheel all the way over there. You can get some PSG-1T and PSG-1 ammo. I've done that probably twice ever. It's a really hard jump. Or you can just hang here. Drop on this pipe. And be careful of this bird poop. This is so scary. I'd already be terrified of having to run through here without a handrail. But Raiden's not as scared of things as me, apparently.
This is not a pretty sight. Hurry up and check the situation.
I wish you could explore Shell 2 more. Alright, this place is kind of tough. Here's a neat little tidbit that is terrifying, is you cannot crouch while shimmying. Oh man, how scary is that?
Oh, I'm going to go in my pants. Nobody's looking, right?
Oh no! Oh no!
The enemy has already entered the...
That's not what I want to hear from you.
Right, my sympathies. Sneaking missions are called wet works for a reason after all.
Don't worry about it, Jack. It's okay.
Propose?
That is, as long as you take a shower the second you get back. Do we have a deal?
Man, it's all urinated on. I feel like Colonel implied that sneaking missions are called wet works because you regularly get peed on. That's weird. Ew, that's right. So this place is Guncypher City. Let's take this out. Be back in a bit. Ah!
Right. Are you all right?
Alright, have fun, Shockwave.
Right.
I was even gonna say I have bad luck with that jump. Cool. Finally made it to the Shelf 2 core. Oh, I hate doing that. I hate that part. The jump. I always mess up the jump.
My father had some unfinished business with him.
Olga, calm yourself. Change the plan because of your personal feelings.
Then screw your plan. I've been waiting for this day for 2 years, and I will stay at the bottom of the ocean, right next to my old man.
The launch comes first.
Damn it. Where is Ocelot?
Not here.
I don't trust him.
Don't talk that way about one of your own.
He's not one of my own. He left my father to die, remember?
Olga, we'll talk later. We need to get started on the final checks for the unit.
All right. I'm headed back there.
The upper connecting bridge to Shell 1 is down.
What about the chopper?
The cam-off is out of action. Take the oil fence from strut L.
I'll tell my men to start pulling out.
Not yet. The retrieval comes last. The intruder's still at large.
Snake.
What about the other man?
He's got luck on his side, certainly.
He survived that explosion. Listen, Olga, the code confirmation is in 1 hour. Keep the president alive until then.
I know. No one gets in here. Turn the currents on.
Of course. High voltage currents on.
The door stays shut unless the president manages to take out that circuit panel from inside the room. And it's no job for bare hands.
All right. Come back immediately.
One more thing.
What?
We leave for Russia when this business is done. I want half the money for that.
Of course. That was part of the agreement.
We start living for ourselves after this. If there's anyone who wants to stay here, I want you to take good care of them.
Gladly. Gerlukovich soldiers are the cream of the crop.
It's time they went free.
What happened to rebuilding Mother Russia?
The old man is dead. The world is a different place now.
It's your life.
Just as a reminder, I'm going to say this again, one last time. Don't try anything on us.
The feeling is mutual.
So there's a lot of like almost begrudging presence for
I'm in front of the
Olga.
room where they're keeping the president.
Everything all right?
No sign of flooding, but I can't get close to the door. The floor is electrified.
Don't test it. You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses VR training.
Take out the circuit panel?
Right.
But there's no way into the room.
Try ventilation ducts.
Yeah, I think I see one.
Look for a remote control missile launcher. You can guide it through the duct into the room.
Then target the circuit panel. Got it.
Right, but make sure you don't hit the president.
The president is wired with nanomachines. If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response. It looks like the walls have a built-in radio shield.
So that's why Ames lost contact with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Understood.
Locate a remote control missile launcher first.
It's real convenient that this stuff is all close by, too. Got some chaff. If you want a nice tasty beverage. This is a pretty nice room. Here's one that I like.
Who's there? Knock it off. Knock it off.
I wish you could actually do that to a real president. Like, just there in a room, and you could just like... That sounds funny. So I like they give them this
Colonel,
codec call
B1 is completely flooded from what I
like
can see.
mandatorily each time. Like
I'm fine with swimming.
Stroke the water and move forward.
each time. So we already got that call. We don't need that call again. And we get the Nikita. The water texture there is super weird. I'm not sure why. I kind of want to make a general, because we've played one, and I'm here playing two. We're going to end up playing the rest of the series, but I kind of want to make a video, like a regular compendium video, that sort of contextualizes it. Because I honestly just love these games so much. MGS retrospective, that's a good idea. Get out of the way, idiot. Okay. That was really mean. I'm sorry, President Johnson. An MGS retrospective. That would be cool. No, I mean, like, I could show off, like, all my Metal Gear collection and everything. I mean, it's not a crazy... Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to actually do that now. I'm gonna talk to Gecko about it. He's the guy, kind of the guy who helps me steer the ship and everything. So I'm sure he'd be happy to help me with that.
So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man?
What an odd combination
Well, who
of
are you?
actions.
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound? I see. Now things are starting to make a little sense. Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just like, oh, okay, now I trust you.
Do you read me, sir?
That's not how I do
yes.
things. I can
Mr.
tell you that
President,
much right now.
It's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them.
This one's quite the
Very few
buckle
are
up
aware
here.
of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a...
I know who the Patriots really are.
All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll
Some
understand.
dogs are going insane outside.
I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid, he was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots
Walk
for the
into the
benefit of
room.
the public.
What's up,
Even the
Heavy D?
Democrats and Republicans were dancing.
I feel like
to
it's
the
been a while.
Patriots'
I know I
tune.
saw that you were.
Everything
You
went
said you were
according to
busy in the
plan, but for
Discord.
one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Golukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the
Do you
only
guys know
chance
what
he
was
has
the
for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to
Been a
represent
while
an
since you played
offshore
MGS2.
cleanup
Have like 3
facility.
versions of
The
the game on
main structure
PS2.
extends from the foundation all the way down to
Yeah,
the ocean floor.
I have
The
it. I
connecting
also have a
elevator
ridiculous
is
amount of
located
copies of
on
this
the
game,
B2
actually.
floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has
Have you
full
been
access
RDC?
to the military's
I've
technical
been
network,
wonderful.
giving it the ability to
I
exercise
pretty much just like woke up,
control over our
started
nation's
doing
armed
this,
forces. Not to mention our
and I think I'm actually gonna call it
In
quits
short,
soon. But
Arsenal was created to be the core of our
it's been a real fun day. We did a lot. We made a lot of progress in this game.
You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool.
How about you, Heavy D?
It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks. Nasalidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to
Plan on streaming Metal Gear 3 sometime after you complete 2? Absolutely. At some point in history, we're going to look back and say we streamed the entire Metal Gear series.
You've got to find Emma Emmerich.
Woke up 30 minutes ago. Is there going to be a stream Pendium tomorrow? Yeah, definitely a stream Pendium tomorrow.
She's the system programmer for Arsenal Gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving.
Oh, hey, you're Brand 316. I've got Dustin 316.
This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program.
That is the president, President Johnson.
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Well, I've told you everything you need to know.
Screen is based off
There's
Austin
only
316
one thing
as well.
that remains to be done.
Yeah, that's what I guessed. It flows that way for sure. You missed the crotch grab. Yeah, you did. But there is an archives channel. We are putting all these streams up onto YouTube, so you can go back and watch the crotch grab to your heart's content.
The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's your role! Pull!
Whoa.
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy. Forget him.
I love the Ocelot just like showing up just to mess everything up.
There is no difference between
And no one knows why.
and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
He's the best. I love Ocelot.
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Love him in Snake Eater. Ocelot's good in every game he's in, honestly. Maybe not the Phantom Pain because he's kind of just there, but alright, we got another really long cutscene to go through, and then I'm gonna probably call it quits for the day. We've been at it for 2.5 hours.
The president is dead.
I think that's a pretty good distance.
Sorry to hear that.
Where do we go from here?
Your mission was to rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal Gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal Gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his
Some good time
sacrifice,
invested.
the
Yeah, I
nuclear
guess so.
launch authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out. Raiden, we're running out of time. Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1, in the core of that building you're in, right? You've got to find her before Arsenal becomes fully operational.
Hurry, Jack.
It's up to you to make sure that the president didn't sacrifice his life in vain.
Understood. Raiden out.
All you hear is Axel from Kingdom Hearts. Well, all I hear is Raiden whenever Axel
What's your
speaks.
status, Raiden?
Snake,
So,
the president, he's been assassinated.
you got me there.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal Gear.
You knew about Arsenal Gear?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about it?
you never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the big shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal Gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right. And when did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal Gear is being built here.
That's
And it
funny
was all
because
set up 2
if you
years
remember
ago,
back when
on
that
day.
happened, and he was like, "What about the toxins from the bomb explosion?" He was like, don't worry about that."
I took these photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through VR training of the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission. I'd infiltrated the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Their target was also Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gorlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
It's hard to choose any Metal Gear game as a favorite from the ones I've played. They're all
I
great.
don't know what kind of deal was
Yeah,
going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said.
there really is no like
Something like,
bad
"I'm taking it
Metal
back."
Gear game, which is
Ocelot
unusual.
then
Like I don't
sanctioned
think there's a
along with
bad
the soldiers
Persona
of the
game,
Marine Corps.
but like there are way more Metal Gear games than Persona games.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. A small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us. Photos of Snake, taken by
But
the
like,
Cypher,
I
were
mean,
released
I
to the
love
public.
Grand Theft Auto, but I think there
In
are a
turn,
couple
we
of
became
bad
the
Grand
world's
Theft
most
Auto
wanted
games.
environmental terrorists.
It was
I love
definitely a move aimed at putting a stop to
Yakuza
our
so far, but I haven't played all of them, so maybe
activities.
there is a bad
Why did they
Yakuza game.
choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses
There's all kinds of
incident,
stuff.
Snake became sort of a hero.
They're all good in
I
like
think
such a
the Patriots
unique
weren't
way
too
too.
happy about that.
You knew about the Patriots?
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone knows about them except me.
They didn't choose Snake to be a hero.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him, so everybody would think twice.
I don't even
before
think
opposing
Survive
him.
is bad.
That's it.
Survive
They
I had
set
a lot
all
of fun
this up
with.
just to nail you guys.
No, there's more to it than that. The Marines.
I've never
Metal
played the
Gear Ray
Acid
project,
games. I
headed
really
by
want to play the
Commander
Acid
Dolph, was
games,
carried
but I
out in
don't have a
opposition to the
PSP.
Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Colonel Gorlukovich and his daughter Olga?
Both fell victim to Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be the Patriots.
If that's the case, what's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
Forget it. We're wasting time. We can figure this out later. The nuclear strike's been prevented, but Arsenal still has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
Right. If the opposition gets control of those missiles.
Raiden, you've got to find Emma.
Wait
What?
a second. Isn't Emma Emmerich?
How can you
My
say that it's
What's she
bad
doing
if you haven't
You
played
got
it
me.
yet, but
She's
you're
a
still
computer
going to?
whiz who specializes in neural AI and ultra-variable volume data analysis using complex logic. How she got involved in weapons development is beyond me.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Raiden, find her.
I'm on my way.
Alright, guys. We're almost done here. I'm gonna go down to basement. Oh, it's a little bit of Metal Gear 1 muscle memory for you. I tried to punch the elevator controls. Good point. You're just going off about what your friend said about it. Well, here's the thing. Is you can go off what your friend said about it, but you shouldn't totally take that to heart. You gotta know for yourself whether you're gonna like it or not. Because you really don't know.
What's up, Jack?
What's up, Jack? Like, I played it when it came out with my roommate. We had a lot of fun. you know, we eventually got tired of it and we stopped playing. And, you know, that's all there is to it.
Jack,
What is it?
I've always been alone.
Huh?
I'm so lonely.
Lonely? Rose, we've always...
Not always.
What do you mean?
You've never slept beside me.
What are you talking about?
After we've been together in my room, you stay awake all night, or you head for the door.
Is this really the time to bring this up?
Why, Jack? Why?
Listen, Rose, I'm right in the middle of a mission and
Why? Why can't you relax when you're with me?
Look, the mission,
Why don't you open up to me?
Rose, I just can't.
All I ever wanted was to share your dreams, to spend a meaningful evening with you. I just wanted to find you by my side when I woke up. Is that asking too much?
It's the night. I'm scared of the night. It's got nothing to do with you.
Scared of the night? What's that supposed to mean?
I can't relax when I'm with someone.
Jack, you wouldn't even let me in your room.
I need privacy. I just can't be bothered.
Bothered?
Wrong word. What I wanted to say was that there are certain things that I have to keep to myself.
Do you remember that time I forced my way into your room? We'd known each other for almost a year, and you blew up. It was the first time you ever raised your hand against me. I was so worried about you.
Look, I'm sorry.
It wasn't your violent nature that scared me. It was your room, your heart.
Stop it.
There wasn't anything in your room. Only a bed and a small desk. It looked like a prison cell.
Rose?
No television set. No family pictures. Not even a poster.
Rose, I only use that room for sleeping.
A lifeless room. Almost like your empty heart.
That's why I tried to keep you out.
I thought I was beginning to understand you. Until I saw that room.
Would you have been happier if I had a picture of you hanging on the wall?
That's not what I was trying to say.
Enough, Rose. We'll talk about this later. After the mission.
Right. After the mission. I understand.
Oh. Well, that's it for the day. We made a ton of progress. We're in Shell 2 core. I don't know when the next time for sure I'm going to be streaming is. Yeah, I remember before Catherine was released, I got a Game Informer, which really didn't really give it a good score, but I love the game. It's one of my favorites. Hey, one of my favorite games is The Godfather of the game, and that's probably like, I'm probably the only person who actually enjoys that game. It's like, you know, your own taste is your own. It's not gonna perfectly match. Like Gecko and my taste don't match up perfectly. He didn't care about Persona until I kind of forced him to play Persona 4. You know, there's some stuff he likes that I don't like still. There's some stuff I like that he doesn't like. He doesn't care about wrestling. I'm obsessed with it. You know, I prefer to find out for myself, like whether I like something or not. I don't like going off of what I read about or what I hear about. But that interrupted my outro. I'm going to continue on with that. It's been a lot of fun playing with you guys today. I hope you join me again. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be streaming Metal Gear Solid 2 is again, because I think we're going to be continuing with Nocturne on the Hompendium. But I'll try to get on again soon. Give another good chunk. The game is like starting to not wind down. We're not about to start winding down, but it's getting really heavy. It's already got real heavy with that conversation between Jack and Rose there. Anyway, I'm RJC. Thank you for joining me today. This has been Stay at Home Pendium.